With working with shishito peppers, what happens is we rinse them off, and sometimes you'll have them as an appetizer where they're deep fried or they're blistered in a hot oven. We're just going to take off the ends of them. We're going to leave the seeds in there. So the seeds aren't that bad. To take the seeds out, it's a lot. You have to cut in half. We're just going to leave them whole. A lot of times when you have these like as a snack thing or they're tempura, you just actually leave the seeds in there. So we're just taking the ends off of the shishito peppers. Then we have our onion. You're going to cut in, have a quarter of an onion. We're going to cut along the lines of the onion, and we're going to cut it in a couple of wedges, just like that. So we have some wedges, kind of thick wedges of onion. There we go. Then we also have some fresh basil. You're going to have like at least 10 nice leaves of fresh basil. I already washed them in water and then shook them out so that we get all the dirt can stay in the water, and we have our leaves there. They can be pretty big because what's going to happen is they're just going to wilt when we're going to do this in a cast iron skillet. So we don't need to cut them. It's just going to be whole basil leaves right there. We're also going to be using some smoked paprika, and we have some olive oil, and we also have some cider vinegar as well. So we're going to get a nice size cast iron skillet on the stove. We're going to get it heated up, and we'll talk about adding the oil to that. Basil. So we have a nice large cast iron skillet. You're going to put in a couple tablespoons of the olive oil. I like a lighter olive oil than an extra virgin because it's going to get kind of hot. So we're going to heat this up to a high heat to start with. We're not going to burn the oil, but we're going to get it almost to smoking point. So that means your flame has got to be pretty high. Or if you have electric, it's going to be in the high heat setting. All right, we have our oil is heating up. I'm starting to see the little ripples in there from the heat. That shows that from the oil, little ripples there when the heat starts hitting it. We're going to spread out our onions. And they can be one side or the other. Just spread them out on one side of the pan. And on the other side, you're going to put your peppers. So, mind you, this is high heat. And you might want to turn on your fan. I've got to take the end off of that one. I forgot that one, right? There we go. Just shake it around a little bit. So we got the high heat going. We're going to start turning them over and see if we get any color on our onions. We want to get caramelization into light brown color. I'm using some tongs. You could also use a spoon, but what we're looking for is this. We've got a little bit of light brown blistering on either side of our pepper. That's what we're going for. So they don't take long to blister or to puff up and get a little brown color on there. They have such a thin skin, which is great about them. That's why people like to deep fry them and do all kind of things at really short cooking time. We're moving those around. We're going to move our onions around. And nice light brown caramelization on our onions. Shake that around. Keep your high heat going. All right, so we've got some nice blistering light brown color on our peppers. That's what you want on all sides. Don't burn it. So now what's going to happen is we're going to sprinkle our smoked paprika. Then we're going to add in, we turned off our heat now. So we got our color on there. We turned off our heat. We added our smoked paprika, sprinkle out around. You're going to add your vinegar. Kind of a deglazing right there. All right. Then we're going to put in our basil. Basil leaves, there you go. And this literally takes like 2 minutes. Your basil's going to wilt. We're going to add some pepper to this. Not a lot of pepper, and some salt. You're going to have a little heat from your chilies, but we want to add a little bit of pepper to that, and also sprinkle some sea salt or kosher salt right around there. And just literally stir that around for 30 seconds and you're done. All you want, I see those leaves I got to separate them a little bit. All you want is your basil to wilt, and then that's basically it. Got your color on there and you're done. Here we are. You can put them this is like kind of a side dish. A lot of times you get shishito peppers and they're like an appetizer. They've been deep fried and marinated or tossed or tempura. This is, you can eat this like this or have as a side of some kind of protein is great. Grilled meats, other vegetables. on the side of rice as well. It's not too, it's got oil on it and it has the paprika and also the blistered chilies, so they're all ready to go.